Let's get it on.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's kill the suspense. I'm going to say it each time. My draft wants for my Philadelphia Eagles starts and ends with Jalen Carfter. So remember, look at this. You got Jordan Davis right here. You have Nakobe Dean right here. You have Jalen Carfter right here playing that 2-eye, like I said. You actually have Jordan Davis right here at a 3 technique. So imagine that. And you even have a lot of what I don't want to see, especially at a 10th pick, your man Nolan Smith right here. But watch Jalen Carfter and his ability to split the double, right? He's going to get double teams going. All right, look at him split the double. Spot tire. Look at him. Oh, my goodness. Come on now. You know that is super set up for the Philly. Look, Jordan Davis in on it too, right? But he was pretty much the beneficiary right here. Let's check it out right here, technically. All right. You can see my man right here with the outside in read. He checks that off right there. So it's immediately a double, right? Low man wins. Look at Jalen Carfter. Meets the friction right there. You can see 64 here trying to dock the boat. No chance at all. Look at Jalen Carfter starts to walk him to the lap of the offense right there. Then disengage. Straight physicality. Or even gets through a hole right here. And look at your boy DJ Uwe trying to have an exit plan. Ends up with exit wounds. Come on right there, baby. Oh, and then Jordan Davis, what's that, about 350 pounds? Huh? Those 660 pounds of raw Eagle aggression. So much so that I throw out my own personal draft philosophy to say that I wouldn't mind if they gave up a little capital and went up and got him at a higher pick, just to ensure that he's in town, right? However, I'm a realist. I don't control anything dealing with a team that I don't own, so I can only go by what could happen. And let's just say Jalen Carfter is unavailable. Is there a team more equipped to slot a guy like Calijah Kancey from Pittsburgh when you have a guy like Jordan Davis already getting told? 6'1", 280 pounds or whatever he is, playing a legit 3 technique, which could be a need, right? I say could be a need because I'm not one of these guys that forgets the people who are already on the team. I remember being very excited about one Milton Williams. That's my guy right there. He could perhaps step in for the departed Javon Hargrave and kick up dust, right? You know what I mean? He could kick up dust, do his 1-2 thing, and it'd all be good. However, if we're looking to have either a heavy rotation like we normally do, a cat like Calijah Kancey being added in, Jordan Davis there, Fletcher Cox back for a year or however many years, you couldn't do much worse. I can tell you that right there. Now, I wouldn't necessarily get this guy at 10. I'm looking at him at that 31st pick. He may or may not be there. Obviously, I told you before, if you're looking for a 5 technique, a guy who could slide in at 3 in a pinch, maybe, right? Even slide down to a shade. Gervon Dexter is my guy. But I would probably look for Dexter in the 2nd round. Here we go. Scheme-specific fit. You can see him right here at a 5 technique in this 3-4 for Florida. And that right there just translate right over to what he's doing, so he would already be familiar with that. Put him at a 5 technique. You can put him and reduce him down. Way down here on sub package as well. I'm not even so sure that he couldn't, in a pinch, play standing up. He's that good of an athlete, man. But if you see right here, he's rarely blown off the snap. That's what he does. You talk about 2-gapping, having the ability to play with an even exchange situation, right? You coming off the snap, your offensive lineman, you want to blow him off the ball, pause, and you ain't doing that. He normally just stays right there, or he's pushing you into the lap, right? He establishes the line of scrimmage where he wants to. You can see my man right there getting his shirt lapels, right, dug into, right? He's struggling. And he keeps that hand free, and he's able to corral the ball carrier right there. All right, same kind of deal right here. You can see how he's working his B gap and assisting with the A gap by keeping that head on the outside. Watch this. Head on the outside, stack and share, right? Wall and discard those blocks. You wall it off and discard it. This is the perfect example of walling and discarding. You can see how the offensive lineman turned here, right, to really kind of create that angle. Dexter keeps his head on the outside, keeps that foot in that particular gap, he's ready for that gap. Running back decides to shoot it right behind this. I believe this is a lead, yeah. Get a G lead right here. So the guard here is going to climb up to the second level here. So he has to assist with that A gap to make sure it's all good, and he does that. You see him discard the block, right? See that right there, right? Realigning that man's spine. The chiropractor is back right here. Look at that. Oh, nasty. Now, Calijah Kancey, on the other hand, I think is a pure 3 technique. You're not going to reduce him down. You don't really want to play a cat like that at a 5 technique, right? Not enough length there. Shit, if anything, you could probably stand him up and move him to the outside, right? He could be more like a Brandon Graham, if anything, at 280 pounds. So he does offer you a little bit of versatility, not quite like Javon Dexter at 6'6", 310 pounds. But man, could you imagine him on money downs, right? Him lined up at a 3 technique. You have Milton Williams, right? If you jump into a money down situation with 4 men on the ground, right? 4 hands on the ground in an even front situation, Milton Williams on the inside next to him. Hassan Reddick on one side. My man Josh Sweat or whomever you would want to bring down as well. You're running these fabricated pressure schemes because this type of first step quickness, you see my man right here, this is hard. Look at this. Oh my God, Jesus. Then he fertilized Hendon Hooker. Man, Uncle Hook took a bad one right there, right to the chops. But look at the hezzy at first, right? Give him the hezzy, give him a little bit of action to think about right here. Just a little bit of action, and then he commits to a side, and look how he gets naturally skinny with the arm over. That's his best move right there is the arm over, John, because he naturally has a smaller surface on the inside at 280 pounds. Then he sticks that foot in the ground, and it's just all quickness from there. Look how quick he gets on Uncle Hook. Tie-out right there, baby. Come on, you had the missionary, the quarterback right there, prison-loving style. What are we doing here? That would be a tremendous skill set. Now, I wish I would have had the entire play on this one. We have to join this one already in progress because you can tell what the speed did. My man had that banding technique. Look at him right here. He looked like he tooting it up, right? He's a heavy-legged waist bender right here, right? His legs all stiff. He's bending at the waist because he had no time to really get into a set and really get down to the technique portion of it because of that first step. Now look at this man uncover and then look at him chase down the quarterback. That's unreal. That's linebacker type speed. That's a linebacker burst, right? Back in the old school, they may have made that man drop a little weight. I think he can actually stand to drop a little weight if you really see his physique. Not a big fan of his physique. He carries a little bit of body fat on him, right? In his belly. He's probably better off at 270 something pounds. If he was 260 something back in the old school, man, he probably would be a linebacker. But you can see that closing speed right here. That shit is hard. Imagine that, right? Maybe you hire this guy or you bring him in as a hired gun, meaning he comes in on third downs. Maybe a guy like Milton Williams works the base downs, and then you move him out to maybe where Fletcher Cox is or however you want to work that. Just certain times, right? Obviously, you wouldn't want to be moving Fletcher Cox anywhere if he's on your team right now. But if just on certain downs, just to keep everyone fresh, you move him to Fletcher Cox's spot. Then you bring in Calijah Kancey just to rush the passer, right? He'll be fresh. He'll be way more explosive than the guards are used to with that first step. And, man, that pass rush becomes that much more deadly. Already the best in the league, in my opinion. But without Javon Hargrave, we shall see. But with a guy like Calijah Kancey, it could very well stay on that same path. One of the things you got to look for is definitely the polish, the ability to string moves together. He has that arm over move. He also has a little bit of a spin move. Check this out. He chains them both together right here. Oh! Then corrals the quarterback for Syracuse here. Look at this. Straight working with that A gap on this particular one right here. Shoots that A gap, splits the difference. Look, the arm over still working with the arm over while splitting the difference between the center and guard here. And then bends it back to the inside. Makes the center overcommit to the outside, bends it back to the inside, uncovers himself. He's chaining together moves. That's special. Special quickness, a specialized skill set. Just one that I'm not so sure I would spend a top 10 pick on, because then if he fails, Somebody gonna be like, you picked the dude at 280 pounds in the top 10. That shit wasn't the move, bro. You gonna be feeling a certain kind of way. Straight up, right? But if he does and he's able to hit and you get him in the 30s, maybe even the second round or something like that. I don't know. Maybe if they had even a higher pick, maybe if they had like the 20th pick or something like that, or something in the 20s, I could see. I don't know. It's a tough one on me right there, man. I've been struggling with this one. I can't even front. All right, here he is at a 2I. Now, I'm not going to say he can always do this in the NFL, but if he can, if he has the ability to take on doubles, right? You see him getting double at the point of attack right here. And he does a good job of walling and discarding these blocks right here. This could be incredible. Look at this. Stacks it, sheds it, gets to the quarterback here on a single wing play. What's this? Pretty much a read. Right? Power read right here. But look at him taking on two men, right? Both of them undoubtedly bigger than him. He's able to out-leverage them. Wall them off, discard the trash, work and get busy. Look for some work. And look at that. Oh, Jeff Sims went down too easy. $2 hooker style. Come on, man. All right, so I started at the 30th pick because I'm still struggling with the 10th pick here. I still want to see Jackson Smith-Njigba be the pick, even with my man Olamide Zaccheaus in town, right? A cat who I used to call Zucchini back when I covered him with the Atlanta Falcons, but I always recognize his talents, and he is a great addition. Can work that slot, no doubt about that, but he doesn't have what Jackson Smith-Njigba has. Jackson Smith-Njigba was a little bit bigger than normal cats in the slot, and his run after the catch is special. I think that could take the offense to new heights, right? I really do. What I don't want to see, right? I could probably talk about what I don't want to see more than what I do want to see. I'm sorry. I do not want to see a running back. I don't give a damn how great you think the running back is. I'm going to continue to harp on this. No running back should be drafted in the top 10 of an NFL draft. There are way too many running backs who will end up performing just like that back in later rounds. Second round on, I'm cool with it. Maybe even if it's the 30th pick, right? Or 25 or something like that. Like if we had to do that. But the top 10, that's meant for premium positions. I hope to God that does not happen. Honestly, if it does happen, I'm going to support whomever's drafted, right, is coming here to the Philadelphia area, right, out here in Jersey. But I don't want to see it happen. I'm sorry, man. We need a back, right? I saw the thing with Sean Tucker. That was going to be my choice right there, one of them. I still love Kenny McIntosh from Georgia. I'm a guy who can work inside in, right, or who can work outside in. Your man can bend the edges on. He's got good burst on him. He's got fantastic hands. You can split him out wide. He can do a whole lot of shit. Israel Abanikanda, that's the guy right there. Right, if you need a guy who could be a future lead back, right, if you don't think you have that, right, it's a wait and see approach with Rashad Penny if he can stay healthy. But if you need another guy, I actually think Trey Sermon could be the guy. So people are forgetting about Trey Sermon still. But if we got to play the draft game here for the people, and people are talking about running backs, and we got to go to the draft, Israel Abanikanda, I like that cat, right? Another Mid-Atlantic cat. Your boy Mid-Atlantic Murph loves that, right? New York cat. But, man, there are too many guys in there. Zach Evans, who I think is going to be a superstar as well, always has been a superstar. There's too many people to look for to be drafting somebody at the 10th pick and not use a premium pick if you're that high. People always say, hey, you're that high, man, and this and that. If you're that high, you draft a premium player at a premium position, which would be offensive tackle, which would be defensive tackle, edge, quarterback. In this day and age, maybe tight end. And then on certain occasions, wide receiver and cornerback is definitely a premium position, right? Anything that can stop the passer. So cornerback, I would add into that as well. So I don't know. You guys got to let me know about that. I'm still saying Jackson Smith-Njigba. I'll attach that film study that I already did or I released on him on the back end of this on the end card. All right, but it's your boy Mid-Atlantic Murph. Fly, Eagles, fly, baby. Let's talk about it, all right?
What more can I say?
Top Billin.